everybody, it's Brittany here from My Core Floor, back for another exercise tip of the week. We are still sticking with lunges using the stair for stability and mobility. So this week what we're going to do is we're going to do a lateral or a side lunge onto the step. And so what we're going to do here is you're going to stand sideways to the step or the stair or the chair, whatever it is you're using to step up onto. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to lift the foot that's closest and you're going to step it onto the stair, but you're going to keep that foot pointing in the same plane of motion and direction that you're facing. And then you're going to lean into it, and then you're going to come back down and balance. It's going to feel a little bit awkward. Everybody's going to want to do this. You're going to want to turn that foot out because it's going to feel a little safer, okay? What I want you to do is really work on positioning your foot so that it stays pointed in the same direction, and then get your hips and your pelvis leaning over into it, okay? And what you might want to do is you might want to go smaller. So even if last week with the forward one, you were like, oh, I can go up onto that second step, or I can go up onto the chair. This week you might want to go down and use a stool, or use the first step, or use just a thick book to just step up onto, because it's a little bit awkward and it can sometimes feel like it's tweaking your knee a little bit if you're up too high and don't have the range of motion. Even for me, and I tend to get tight through my hips, when I get up here, it starts feeling a little tweaky in my hip and a little tweaky in my knee because it's not a position that I probably get into nearly enough, okay? So I'm even gonna go with level 1 on my two-tiered step stool here. So I'm gonna just step up, I'm gonna lean into it, back down, and you're either gonna balance, or you're gonna lean into it, you're gonna toe tap, or you're gonna lean into it and just step down, okay? So it's here to here is ultimately what we're looking for, okay? But if you're not there yet, it might just be here to tap, okay? Or here to down if you really need to stabilize, okay? What I want you guys to think about with this one is I want you to think about keeping this knee nice and straight, the one that's not moving, just like in last week's. And I want you to really think about your pelvis getting over into that stepping leg, okay? So it's really getting that weight shift while you keep that foot pointing forward, okay? But it's this lateral or side shift of your pelvis that we're really looking to get before you come down to the stability, okay? So it's here and here. And the fun thing is with this one and even last week's and some of the ones I'm going to show you is that we actually can start adding some arm motions and things to really accentuate that pelvic motion and hip, but that's for another week. Have a good rest of the week. Try this one out. Let me know how your knees are feeling with it. Definitely if you're feeling like it's a little bit tweaky on those knees, come down a little bit lower, or worst case scenario, you guys, you can do it on the ground. You know, if you don't have a stool with you, you're doing some of these at work or something, you can get that side shift here and then just come to balance. So that would be the other option if you feel like you just aren't ready to step up onto it or it feels a little tweaky or a little unsafe for that hip or knee, okay? Try it out and we'll be back next week with another one. Take care.